Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game Day Picks. I'm Tony T here from Tony'sPicks.com. I'm with you here Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, giving you live free picks for today's action. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us, get the plays in real time, get the best numbers. Of course, take part in our chat, in our chat box. Right now, Tim in there. Shout out to Tim Humphrey. And of course, if you're looking to get into our Discord, we have a link there right now for you to go ahead and check it out. Before we get underway, just a couple things. Let you know about our promo code. You can save 20% off all our pre-pick packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access our page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and go ahead and get signed up. We always love to hear from you guys, so go ahead and post your picks in the comments. And our website, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers, get signed up to some of our long-term passes. You see some of our hot cappers up here right now, like Mindy, who's been on absolute fire, over 4,000 units of prop for 2023. She's been on absolute fire here. Also, we've got Ramon putting up some fantastic numbers as well. Nick has been amongst the leaders as well. Really good performances here over on our site here at Tony'sPicks.com. Our VIP, our GM, doing great as well. Pravi, of course, you'll find our latest pre picks here on the center of the page. Click the link for the best bets. Each capper can release one best bet per sport per day. Will be locked and loaded here for the action on Friday. $15 pre-pick is promotional. Each capper can designate one of their plays from their card as a $15 pre-pick to introduce their service to new and existing customers. 3-packs also offer great value. Will be locked and loaded here for you heading into action here on Friday. Prefer to purchase the plays on a la carte? Well, check us out here on our pick ticker. There you'll find team versus team information there on our pick ticker. All right, let's get this one underway here for Friday. On the show today, we've got Ramon Scott and Mindy Hahn. All right, let's get underway here with Game a Day picks here for today's action. Let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Mindy Hahn. You'll find her over at Tony'sPicks.com. We've seen her numbers performing impressively over on our site. We'll bring in Mindy right now. And Mindy, how's it going?
I'm doing well. I thought I would wear my other favorite team's hat today since we're starting, a little bit of baseball here today.
Yeah, we're starting baseball. I got Padres, but I'm a little disappointed that the Rangers and Royals don't have TV coverage. So there's no TV on the MLB package. What's going on with that?
I know, and Ramon says too that the that Texas team is taking the steam. Darn it!
Yeah. Can't watch the game because, well, you got to have cameras, right? You got to have cameras and broadcast to show it, But thank you, San Diego. Seattle did not send a TV crew over there, but the Padres send a TV crew over there, so we're going to be able to watch the Padre game on MLB TV. So there we go. But tonight we go to the ice here as Maple Leafs face the Wild here. Seeing all these big numbers now here. Maple Leafs minus 225, total sits here at 6.
Yeah, I mean, so far here, the Wild, they're not too bad. On the road, they're 13-10, but also 14-13 on the road puck line. The Maple Leafs, on the other hand, I mean, they're, 225 favorites here because they're 22-6 at home. A really good home team, but a team that doesn't put up a ton of goals at home. I mean, they're only 12-20 on the home puck line. So today, I'm going to take a look at the Wild here on the puck line. I'll be taking them plus 1.5. I kind of feel like they give you the best value here today in this matchup. We've been kind of watching the Wild a little bit, how they've kind of muddled around a little bit from, coming on after the All-Star break, but feel like maybe they're catching their stride again. They're winners of their last 4 now. They're giving up only a goal here on average in those last 4. And the Maple Leafs aren't exactly playing, stellar defense right now. They've been giving up about 4 goals a game, and then 2 of those games it was to the Blackhawks. I mean, so we know that the Blackhawks aren't any juggernauts out there. But anyway, I like where the Wild is playing right now. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they get this. I do kind of have a lean more towards the Maple Leafs here today, on the money line, but I really like the Wild here on the puck line. They're also the Maple Leafs here are also 1-4 in their last 5 games following a win. So I feel pretty good about the Wild, taking them today plus 1.5 goals.
All right, Minnie here on the Wild. It is the puck line here, so you're going to get the plus 1.5 goals. Minus 145 here against the Maple Leafs. Of course, Mindy is a numbers girl. So, Mindy, how do you factor in some of these situations here as we look at the back-to-back here for Minnesota at Columbus, now at Toronto? You gotta go through customs. So, getting to Canada is kind of An old Laker announcer used to say, a lot of players don't like those trips into Canada and out of Canada because you are delayed a little bit with the customs and international flights and whatnot. So you've got that back-to-back situation. Also, you got Toronto here coming in here with 2 days rest advantage. So how do you factor that into your cap?
Well, I mean, for me, I don't take too much into consideration, right? Because teams have to do this over and over and over again throughout the season. So I think on a whole, it really, basically averages out. I mean, this Toronto team has to do, kind of the same thing here. So for me, I don't really look too much into that. I kind of take a look at more on, how these, line changes, how, if there's been any movement or any changes on that by the coaching staff. Also kind of really like to look at, these trends here, right? If we take a look at the puck line, especially, I think hockey is more consistent. To me, it kind of reminds me more of NFL, where you have a lot more consistency. No matter who your players are, no matter the situation, it's pretty consistent. And as we talk about too, there's only going to be about, 4 or 5 different lines if we take a look at totals, right? So it's going to be, a 5, a 6, or a 7, basically. So, I mean, there's to me, a lot of where everything is pretty even. It's pretty consistent. So I don't really take a look too much at, having to go on the road and having longer road trips. I mean, because this Wild team has proven that they're good on the road over the long haul. And again, it's the same thing with the Maple Leafs. We know that they're a good team. We know that they play really well at home, but we also know that they're just not covering by 2. And so with that consistency, I feel like I probably have a pretty good handle on, how this one's going to play out here. Toronto, also, if you take a look at where they've been as a favorite at home, they're 19-32 on the puck line. And then they're also 23-26 to the under at home. When they're away, they're maybe a little bit more of an over team. So again, I feel like this one's going to be a low scorer. And so because of that, they're going to have even more difficulty here, the Maple Leafs, covering this one by 2 goals or more.
Yeah, and that's of course, in hockey, a lot different than the NBA, where the NBA, that those 5 players are going to play the bulk of the minutes, anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, whereas in hockey, 4 lines are pretty much distributing 60 minutes. Where some of your best defensemen, some like a Doughty, sometimes they'll play half the game, right? They'll play the big minutes, but not so much the puck handlers. They're kind of with when 4 players are sharing 60 minutes of ice time.
Right, exactly. I mean, so you have a lot of factors that go into it. And again, you may want to look to see if there is any line changes, but if the line change, if the lines have been the same, I'm feeling pretty good about the consistency of the team and where they've been, heading. It's kind of the same thing too, right? You take a look at goalies, who's been playing well, who's not, that sort of thing. So all you're basically doing is checking personnel. And if the personnel is about the same, then you can feel pretty consistent about the numbers, no matter if they're, for me, kind of home and away or on, long road trips, that sort of thing.
There you go, Mindy here on Wild Puck Line, plus 1.5 goals, minus 145 against the Maple Leafs. This one to have a start time here, 7 Eastern time. All right, Mindy, let's go over at TonySpace.com. We'll flash these numbers. Look at this, 4,072 units of profit here for 2023. I don't think you're going to see that in any multi-capper site there that's legitimately documenting handicappers hitting that 4,000 unit mark here. Well, we're not even 2 months into the year. Look at these numbers. Have been impressive with Mindy. 4,072 units of profit, all documented over at TonySpace.com. You can verify that by going to Mindy's handicapper page over on our site. All right, we got NBA, NHL, and college hoops here on the board. We're working on that line. We've had some line services with our line provider today, so that's explaining some why we don't see a lot of college basketball. We're working on that. We're also trying to get the baseball in. We are going to document, like we did last year, exhibition baseball. We already have first pitch on the Seattle St. Anglo game, but there are some issues we're having there where our programmers are working on this stuff. So we should have our college basketball up there. We got the full NBA line in there because we were kind of a little light coming tonight, but we'll have everything up. All right, Mindy, good units production here for the year. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so this morning I was like, "Hey, Ramon, can you enter any NCAA college basketball games?" And he's like, "Oh, Mindy, there's an email that came out." I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right, I got it." So yeah, we weren't able to put in the college basketball games yet, but I do have 4 college basketball plays that I'll be putting in as soon as we get those updated. Do only have 1 play in the NHL today. There was a lot that are really, really close for me, but again, I always like to play my best of the best on the site. I mean, I'll play those others probably, personally, that sort of thing here. But have a bigger card in NBA today. So yesterday, with my modeling, everything worked out. If you followed us on the morning steam, had a lot of winners there. So I feel like everyone's coming back so far consistent on the NBA side. Now, again, we're going to have, teams that it's their first games out, of course, but I feel pretty good that I'm kind of set and ready to go there. So have 5 plays in the NBA, possibly 2 more, depending on how the lines go. Been watching the totals on a couple of those pretty closely here today. I was hoping that they'll come into my, modeling zone where I could go ahead and make a couple extra picks. So I do have a 3-pack in the NBA as long as a best bet. And then, of course, the one best bet in ice hockey. So go ahead and make sure you check those out. And of course, we've talked about it here pretty, quite a bit here over the last week or so, that this is a great time to get the month-long package, because you will be getting, through the Elite Eight now on, in March Madness. So it's a great time to get the biggest bang for your buck. I mean, you can minimize all of these plays here, by purchasing the plays, putting that money into your investment pool. And of course, again, I think you can't go wrong with getting a month-long package, especially when you can use the promo code TonyT at checkout for that as well.
That's right. Get aboard with Mindy Hahn over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll flash the numbers up there for you again. Doing great work, as you can tell. 4,072 units of profit for 2023. That is all documented over on the site tonight. Over on the board, Mindy here with a NBA Friday Night Lights guaranteed 3-pack up there. A profit guarantee. Let's turn our profit. The amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. Also, Mindy here with a Friday Night Lights single play here. Best bet here from the NHL. Also a best bet up here from the NBA. So get on board. As Mindy was talking about, that 1 month, that the long-term pass will serve you well. There is a 3-day pass, but if you want to check her out for the weekend, but we really think this 1 month pass is the way to go right now because of the coverage here. Because 1 month pass, all of Mindy's premium plays here for 30 days. Get your NBA, your NHL, of course, college basketball. There's lots of coverage here in the college basketball. Remainder of the regular season, all of the conference tournaments. NCAA tournaments, the first 4 play-in rounds. You've got the round of 64, round of 32, round of 16, and this will take you all the way to the end of the Elite Eight in the 2 weeks of the tournament. So it takes you down when they whittle the teams down to 4. It takes you all the way to the Final 4. That's the bulk of the tournament right there, right? I mean, there's only 3 games. With the Final 4, there's only 3 games left. So you got pretty much the bulk of the tournament on the 1 month pass, because it covers the entire Elite Eight, both weekends covered now with that 1 month pass. Great value there. We're going to save you 20% off when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access our page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then go ahead and get signed up. And then you'll land right on Mindy's page and go ahead and, as you said, get signed up to that 1 month pass. It's really good value there. That's the way to roll there. That's the way Mindy's running right now. That's where you want to roll. All right, Mindy, put together an account for you over at Twitter. Tony's Picks Mindy up there. And, of course, we'll catch you on the morning steam. Day off today, but back again tomorrow with that big card. Of course, we got NHL. We got NBA. We've got college basketball up there as well. So if you want to put in your request for the games. They don't cover all the college basketball. They cover all the pros, but they don't cover all the college. So you put your request in the Discord there as well.
That's right. I mean, we feel like we're back to hitting our stride here on the morning steam, where we are now covering, or we got the, the lineup back, the card for the NBA. So we're pretty happy with that. All the folks in the chat, they were chomping at the bit, couldn't wait. So it looks like there was a lot of success. We saw that in the Discord, a lot of good hockey play out there as well. So we'll have a big card tomorrow for the NHL and NBA. We cover those in their entirety. And then make sure you catch us too for college basketball. So we usually put in about 5 to 7 plays. I'll put them out there on the Discord so you can see what we're covering, so you can come with your information to see how you would like to go on those plays. We will take some games by request live on the show, but you could even do us a favor and we can give you a little bit more info. Make sure we look those games over carefully instead of doing them on the fly. But yeah, you can put in by request who you wish to cover on the show, and we'll definitely accommodate those picks, because this show is geared towards the viewer. Our chat, they're as integral as me and Ramon are on this show. So make sure that you come and join us tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central, every Saturday through Thursday, where we take a look at the opening lines, right? The morning steam, where the steam plays are going. We take a look at injuries. We also, gain consensus. So basically, you're coming with your picks. You're seeing if we like it. and then you can go ahead and do your due diligence and make the best picks possible to increase that bankroll. And so far, I feel pretty good that we've been helping folks out. We're doing this as a team to break Vegas every day, or almost, except for Fridays. But yeah, Fridays you got to come here and watch us live on this show. But yeah, catch me on Twitter at Tony's Picks Mindy, where I have another play in hockey today. It's gonna be between the Senators and the Hurricanes, so don't miss out on that pick as well. Thanks, Tony.
That's right, guys. Check out Mindy, Tony's Pick Mindy, for more picks there on her Twitter account. Of course, check her out over on the Discord. She'll have the game lineup for you tonight around 9 Eastern time. So make sure you get your requests in there before that so they can have it on there as well. So some scores now. 2-0 KC on Texas to start it. Of course, no score here, Padres and Mariners. I bring this up, Mindy, because it's a different look now from the center field camera now. To the left of the screen is that 30-second clock. So so now we're starting to see the 30-second clock put into play now. So what happens is, once the pitcher gets the ball back, the 30 seconds starts to tick off. So we are now looking at a clock. When baseball didn't have a clock, but now we got clock in baseball, right? They have to talk about that. So
right. I feel like I'm getting anxious thinking about a clock already, Tony.
Yeah. So you'll see it there. Robbie Ray on the mound against Nick Garcia. Ray on the mound here. Put up some pretty good numbers there for Seattle. So he's going to get the preseason started. Why not? He's a workhorse. These guys are kind of the workhorse. So give me the ball right off the bat here. So Ray in there. I know the World Baseball Classic is later, coming up in a few weeks. I don't know some of these. Now here's a situation where the umpire called for time for some reason, and they reset the clock to 15 seconds. So I don't know how that was working out. It was kind of a weird, So now the clock, they're still getting used to it, because now what happened? They gave Robbie Ray the ball back, and the clock went to 15 seconds. So I don't know what's going on here. So
if it gets reset or not, huh?
Yeah, there's going to be some funky stuff going on here with the clock. I think the clock operators have to get used to this game. They really do, because what happened is. We're seeing that Manny Machado is in the lineup here. So so they've got to get these balls. They got to get the balls out here. So there we go. So it is speeding up the game a little bit. We can definitely see the impact of that 15 seconds there. I still got to figure out why it said 30 and then it goes back to 15. So anyway, that's how it's rolling there, Mindy. So we're all getting used to this baseball now. So.
Exactly.
All right, have a great weekend.
And it's like getting used to the new XFL, right? I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. I watched, Seattle play St. Louis last night, and it's actually been, pretty fun. I don't mind it. So I'm pretty happy with how it's going. I don't know how the other, viewers think, but I like it thus far.
Yep, it's multitasking. Everybody's got multiple monitors right now, so that's the way to roll.
Right.
So check it out there. All right, Mindy. Enjoy the weekend.
Right.
We'll catch up with you Monday.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys live with us. Get the plays in real time so you get the best numbers here. And, of course, you can join us in the chat room. Got a lot of folks in the chat room right now, like Brent. Shout out to Brent out there. Blake is in there. Scott Smart is back in there. Giacomo Jose de Saludos desde Venezuela. Hello to you as well. Of course, baseball is back. We'll get a lot of our Latin American fans out there that like to follow their players in the majors. We cover baseball. Yes, we do. And, of course, TJ Harvey in there as well. And C-Spill in the lineup as well. Let's continue on here with Game Day Picks. Bring in Ramon Scott. You'll find him over at Tony'sPicks.com. I got a few questions here watching this baseball game, and maybe he can brush me up on some of these rule changes. I'm seeing I'm sure you're watching the Padre game, probably watching on the San Diego network, but the clock sometimes goes to 20, sometimes it goes to 15, sometimes. What's going on here?
Yeah, there are. I did read them, Tony, and I would have come prepared for you for that. There are different situations when the pitcher gets the ball after certain results that will account for the difference in starting times for that second clock. So should be better for you on that, but there definitely is variations of when the pitcher is delivered the ball, and it has to do with exactly what you might think. Things like foul balls, stoppages of play, stepping out of the box, umpire discretion. So there's still decisions to be made besides balls and strikes. That'll probably end next year when they get that little thing in their ear. But for now, different starting spots on those shot clocks, if you will. Delay a game!
It's like 15 seconds goes by quick for Robbie. I credit Robbie Ray for wanting to get used to it right away. Give me the ball. Let me get used to it as fast as possible.
And what they did determine through a little bit of study was that the longer that, and this is really kind of the disappointing part, maybe for fans, the pitchers, the longer they work, the longer they take. Even the fast pitchers, clock goes down when they start to wear. Uh, I guess because of their fatigue would be a factor. Also, decision-making process goes up when the games start to wear into the innings and you're working on your last pitches, maybe, however. So I'm on over in both games, Tony.
Yeah, 2-2. Yeah, Texas tied it up 2-2 there in the second inning. So already 4 runs in 1 inning with Texas. Yeah, a lot of Yurfies this year, you think, huh?
They took they got the bases out of Mario Kart. I don't know, it's just going to be again. I think the run production is going to be up dramatically. It has to be. That shift to me is the biggest rule change. The freeze on the players. They can't even cross. They can't even get a running start.
Yeah, I think the key is the harder you throw, the more recovery you need. So this is definitely going to impact the velocity, and also it's going to. I think you're going to have to see an increased cardio. There's a lot's going to have to go into their training regimen here to see how this goes. But we'll get to the game now in the NHL. Well, we have another 7 months of baseball. So we're going to we'll be here every day. 7 and 6, almost 7 months of baseball is going to go. All right, because we go to November 1st is when this thing over usually. Right now, and then they push it all the way back to November 1st. So anyway, Robbie Ray got out of it scoreless. He had bases loaded, so we got out of it. So there's 0-0 there. But anyway, Flyers here to host Canadiens. Flyers laying $1.60, total of 6.
Yeah, these guys might need a shot clock. The way these two are going. Look, Philly's got a good record. Montreal's got a decent record. Montreal, one of the most improved teams with a big future right now with all their young players, but they got problems tonight. They've got injuries. They've got key players under the weather. And hope I'm coming through, Tony. It looks like I'm getting a little delay here, but Montreal a little bit up against it tonight as they go in to take on Philadelphia. They are coming off that big win over New Jersey, 5-2. Maybe the win of the season for the Canadiens in their last game, but now they'll go in and take on a Flyers team that's lost 5 of 6 games. So how will this one play out tonight between these two teams? Jake Allen in goal for Montreal. He's won 2 of his last 3 starts. He's the backup for the Canadiens. Montembeault not in there tonight, but Carter Hart in there for the Flyers. Not a great record, but decent stats with his .909 save percentage, 2.89 goals against. He's 18-23 to the under in his starts. He allows just a tick under 3 goals per game against Montreal in his career. I think 7 or 8 starts in his career. Montreal won the first meeting back in November, but Montreal, the 9-19 to the under on the road. They're averaging just 2.67 goals a game this year, and 9-15 and 9-15 and 2 to the under when the total gets to 6 or above. So I'm going to go under in this game. Philadelphia, they've scored just 13 goals in the last 5 games, and they're averaging 2.68 goals this season. They've won 7 out of the 9 games against teams that are below 500. So I think Hart can do a job here on Montreal with their team. I think they will have a shortened lineup tonight. You look at their injury list, and although they're not all immediate injuries, there's still a handful of players that will be affected tonight, and they've been battling the situation. They've got the longest injury list in the league, I think, actually, if you look at the whole scope of it. So I'm going to look to go under tonight, Tony. Montreal and Philadelphia in this one. Looks like Philadelphia, they might be retracting a little bit, and with their little bit of a losing skid here, and Montreal, they're hit and miss, certainly, and a better team, I think, at home than on the road. So let's go under 6 in this one on Hockey Friday. For me and Mindy here on the show, we like to preview these hockey games, make sure we get good hockey content, and, we've been doing pretty well in our NHL picks as well. So let's take an under here with Montreal and Philadelphia.
All right. We got Ramon here on Canadiens Flyers under 6. Just got to do some site maintenance here. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Ooh, there's too much stuff here. Give me 1 second here. Let me 1 second.
I can sit here and whine about the baseball.
No. It's all right. It's just we just gotta There we go. There we go. We got some clown in there right now. All right. So anyway, Ramon here, Canadiens Flyers under the total here of 6, and of course, looking at this one here, as you were mentioned here with Montreal, this is a team that's had their struggles. You said here on the road, with 10-18 in this year, and they are trending heavily, as you said, 18 unders, 9 overs. Again, a lot of it is getting pucks in the net, just can't do it.
No, it's a big problem for Montreal. I do have a young, good young scorer in Suzuki, certainly, but Hart's been decent for the Flyers. I start, fade Flyers early, and then I'll kind of warm up to them like I have this season. They've had their moments. This might be actually a pretty good spot for the Flyers because of the Montreal depth concerns tonight. That's really where I see it coming in. It's tough to, take the Flyers. They're a substantial, for them anyway, a substantial favorite here at $1.45. The action's actually come in on Montreal. Maybe the Sharps are moving it, but I don't see how you can necessarily back a Montreal team. They are just 3-13 off of a win this season, Tony. So, that to me indicates that it could be a tough night here for Montreal. So, plus they beat New Jersey of all teams, and that had to register as a big win for them. So, Philadelphia, there's life. I mean, they got to really step on it and get rolling here. But right now, they starting to head down towards a late season swing downward with those 5 losses in 6 games. So 3-2 probably here with the Flyers winning it.
All right. Here are the clock rules here. Pitch timer. Okay, so it'll be 15. Yeah. This is baseball. 15 seconds with bases empty. 20 seconds with runners on base. Hitter gets 1 timeout per plate appearance. Must be in the batter's box with 8 seconds left. Pitchers get 2 disengagements, pickoff attempts, or step-offs per batter. Violations are a balk. Limits on pickoff attempts led to 26% in stolen base attempts in minors, and pitch timer reduced games by 25 minutes. I think when the new batter steps in, I think they give them 30 seconds when the new batter steps in, so that's really how it is. Shift restrictions, 2 infielders must be positioned on either side of second base when the pitch is released. All 4 infielders must have both feet within the infield when the pitcher is on the rubber. Shift restrictions increase batting average and decrease strikeouts in the minors while giving players more opportunity to show off their athleticism. And, of course, we know about the bigger. We're going to get to see better athleticism now, Ramon.
Well, we should. Everybody knows that baseball's got, the issues with, keeping everybody fit. But still, the one that, here's another one, right? The pickoffs. You get 2 free pickoffs over there. Then imagine the lead you can get. Now, granted, you'd think that, why wouldn't I just take a guy can't throw over 3 times or but you definitely can extend your lead if you get 2 pickoff throws to another foot or 2. He has to pick you off on that 3rd one, and if he doesn't pick you off, you get second base. So that's, you get 2 free shots over there. The 3rd one, if you don't get him out, it's like a balk. You get second base.
Yeah, you got a quick pitch. You got a quick pitch. Remember the old quick pitch?
They all did quick pitch, right? Anyways, but you get some of these guys there are batters in the league, Tony, believe it or not, that will not even come out of the box. Now you got you got probably 90% of them got to go through the whole Nomar Garcia Parra routine thing. That's a thing of the past. But there are guys that just won't even step 1 foot out. Throw that ball in here, I'm ready to hit you. Those are the guys really that, to me, are the best hitters anyway. So, there are some rules we'll all have to get used to. But like you said, you mentioned it, we'll all have to, adjust to those different time. Good thing they have.
That's going to confuse. That's going to confuse everybody. I mean, you're making a simple game more confusing. It's going to feel like the NFL now. Well, anyway.
I don't know if you saw this. Toronto, they already were playing kind of in a bandbox. Anyways, they've moved the fences in like 10 feet. they raise the wall. They're like, oh, we'll move the fences in and we'll raise the wall. They don't know about launch angle.
Yeah, I guess not. So the Padres got out of it with a throw out at home plate because Nick Martinez gave him a long ball. Not a long ball, but a double, but throw out there. So still no score at the bottom second there. The Padres and Mariners. There goes your over. They're trying to score. They're trying to score. But the defense is playing a little better. More athleticism now being displayed here by the defense. So Canadiens Flyers under 6. This one will have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. Everyone, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com right now. We've been on absolute fire here. 2,615 units of profit last 30 days. That is all documented over at Tony's Picks. Of course, we got NBA, college hoops, NHL on the board here on a Friday. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Right now it is NHL, Tony, a 3-pack in the National Hockey League finalizing. I had some technical, I thought it was me. So 3-pack, though, in the NHL tonight, where we're looking good on that 6-game card. I've got a 3-pack up there for $30 at Tony'sPicks.com. That's my main focus right here tonight, coming off a good day yesterday. 11 and 5, I believe. So still on a good roll right now with the premium picks. Everyone must be crushing. If not, join Mindy. We're putting up some, you can't fade these numbers. That's all I can say. So the books must be getting killed, or you're all just doing so great. You don't need us, but if you do, come on over. I got a 3-pack tonight in the NHL. Also, I'll have packages going in pro basketball and college basketball this evening for you. Got to get those up here in just a little bit, Tony. I like the Friday card in college basketball tonight, and this NBA card certainly interesting developments we'll see with some of the personnel tonight. Could be having to change sides a little bit. So head on over to Tony'sPicks.com, use the promo code TonyT at checkout, and make sure you why not grab my weekend pass right now at Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code. Make sure you're on with me for MMA picks tomorrow, UFC, maybe some Bellator as well. So not going to offer any premiums yet in preseason and exhibition baseball, but I watch enough games. I mean, there are spots. It may make the card. Like I said, I was going over in both these games, so we'll see what happens. But this weekend, big weekend, college basketball tomorrow, schedule as long as your leg, and pro basketball, NHL hockey as we get into some of the most fun time of the year. We wind down these conference schedules in college basketball. One of the top events of the sports betting calendar, indeed, March Madness, not just the NCAA tournament. Hey, leave that to the amateurs. We're going to crush the conference tournaments when they give us not 16 games, when we've got 50 games still left and the times are flying all over the place. That's when you want to pound the books. They can't keep up with this conference tournament action. So get ready, get involved this weekend, get the 3-day pass with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. Get the Friday, get the Saturday, get the Sunday, and promise you, we're going to keep those numbers up. You saw them there on the screen here at Tony's Picks. I'm on a roll right now. So is Mindy. Team us up in the 2-for-1 capper promotion, and it's tough to keep up with Mindy's winning, Tony, quite frankly. So grab the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Subscribe to us both. You get a discount. If you do that, you're going to get some great picks because you can watch us on the show. If you can't get enough of Mindy and I, you can watch us on the show. You can get our premium picks. You can watch the videos of the picks, and promise will come through for you as we have all year long so far over at Tony'sPicks.com.
So get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. You see the results here, 2,615 units of profit last 30 days. That is all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, tonight over on the site for Ramon, you're going to find results here from tonight on the NHL. He's got a 3-pack right now, pre and play, so get on board with that. This is profit guarantee. Must turn on profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. You're seeing a lot of the ones in yellow are not profit guarantee because they're sold at a reduced price. We talk about the 3-day pass. If you want to try out Ramon for 3 days, you can do that. The 3-day pass, you get a lot of coverage there. NBA, college hoops, the big card here for Saturday this weekend, as well as NHL. And of course, Ramon will likely be in action in UFC as well as Bellator, possibly Bellator, UFC. Is as well. He does a UFC podcast, so he knows the sport very well. Or again, you may consider a little longer. That 1 month pass that we talked about in the first segment is a great value there on that monthly pass, because you get all Ramon's premium plays here for the month, and that's going to cover all the NBA, all the NHL, all of his UFC. If he gets into action here in soccer or tennis, that's also part of it. But again, it's the coverage you get from college basketball, which is really, really good, because you're going to get all of Ramon's premium plays here from college hoops here for 30 days, which will cover all the conference tournament action, as well as the NCAA tournament. A lot of it all the way until to the Final Four, all the way to the Final Four, until they whittle the tournament down from 60, or is it 60? It was 64, 68, 72, whatever it is, down to 4 teams. That's how long you'll have coverage with that 1 month all sports pass. Use a promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 20% off. You can also add a second capper with the 2-for-1 cap promotion just by topping 2-for-1. You want to put Mindy and Ramon together in a pass, you'll save some money there on the 2-for-1, half off on the second capper there. So check it out there at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, Ramon. Looks like Robbie Ray got out of it again. They're giving up some hits, base runners, but they're getting out of the jams early on. 3 hits, 2 for the Mariners. But no score after 2 in that one. But again, still early. And I think Robbie Ray, I don't think he'll go more than 2, so we'll probably start seeing some bullpen in there. But anyway, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. Of course, they can find more content from you there. You're also on the Discord. And the Morning Steam returns on Saturday.
Yep. But a little bit of breaking news coming in, Tony, right now, as Giannis Antetokounmpo upgraded to not in the lineup just yet, but the line is on the move in that Milwaukee game, so I think that's important to take a look at. He's been upgraded to questionable. His status previously was, I believe, out or doubtful. So the line on the move there to 3 points, even 3.5 now could be an indicator. And we're also seeing Bradley Beal in the lineup tonight as that line's on the move against the Knicks. Tony, tonight got a social media play for you. Log on to Twitter at Tony's Picks Ramon and pick up the game between tonight Arkansas State and UL Monroe. That's my social media play. We lost yesterday's by a point, so we've got to grab that one tonight and get that one going. Also, check out my embedded videos here on Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, we got our great blog content previewing so many games, all the games in pro hockey and pro basketball and most of the college games as well. But also my videos here, and take a look at the game in the leaderboard video today, and also our sponsored video. My leaderboard video is the game between Southern Miss and Texas State, and my sponsored video is in the game between Kennesaw State and Central Arkansas. So check out a couple of more free plays on the college basketball board here on Tony'sPicks.com. Mindy and I will be back tomorrow with another week of the Morning Steam, previewing a lot of college basketball games tomorrow, more NBA, more hockey. Mindy and I will be there 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, and 6 a.m. Pacific, joined by many of the people here I'm seeing in the chat. Yep, a lot of our friends there. And Jose joining us. Bienvenidos, Jose. Thank you for visiting us. And, just a good fun time in there with everybody in the chat, Tony. That's what it's almost all about at this point with the Morning Steam. We're really pleased what's going on there with that show every day that Mindy and I are, just proud to be a part of here on the Tony'sPicks.com YouTube channel. So we'll keep doing it. We're renewed for another week. Mindy's ready to rock and roll with the show come tomorrow. So appreciate it. Going to watch my Padres here on opening day of spring training.
Yeah, you got the gas can Weathers up there, so we'll see what happens here. I know Martinez and Weathers is a couple that maybe you need to see these guys. They're up there, but
Martinez, I think he's part of the plan for sure. I mean, I know he got a bad rap, but he in a day and age where you need innings, sometimes he's the man.
Yeah, sometimes he's the man. We'll see how Weathers goes here. Two lefties to start off for the Padres. But guys, you can find more social media content from Ramon. Also picks on our site. We've shown here the leaderboard video. Just click the premium picks tab. You get more picks there from Ramon. So check them out there. Also, you'll find Ramon over on our Discord. You can communicate there, Ramon. You have any questions about picks or games, or maybe we'll find some preseason baseball picks from there, Ramon, until we're ready to document them. Find there XFL. I know we had an XFL in there. Maybe sometimes you see some tennis up there as well, Ramon. So check them out there on the Discord. Follow the link there in our chat room and get signed up. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Have a great weekend. Thanks, everybody.
Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, with you on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys live with us. Get the plays in real time to get the best numbers. And, of course, you can also participate in the chat room right now. We've got a lot of folks in there, like Nathan in there, cashing a 4-teamer last night. Bruins money line cashed, as well as Mindy in there as well. So check us out. Blake was in there earlier, so check us out there in the chat room. All right, let's continue on here with Game Day Picks. Let's get to my play here for the show. We're going to be looking at this one between T-Wolves and the Hornets. Minnesota laying 6.5, total 241. I'm going to be on the dog here. I'm going to take the Hornets here plus 6.5 here against the T-Wolves. Of course, the Timberwolves, a team that's not really high on laying the points here, especially now. No D'Angelo Russell was shipped out. Of course, we have Towns has been dealing with injuries. We've seen this line move down from 7.5 now to 6.5. And, I just think it's just a little bit steep here for this Hornets team that is starting to show some health. Remember, this was the team that was impacted by health. We got Oubre and Rozier. It looks like they're going to go today. They're probable up there. Martin is the only one out. So we're looking at Ball, Rozier, Hayward, Washington, Williams in the lineup. I'm okay with that against Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Anderson, and Gobert for Minnesota. So I'm going to look at that way with the Charlotte Hornets team and taking the points here off of Minnesota team that came off a home defeat to Washington here to coming off the break here. So that's how I'm going to be looking at it tonight. Guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com. Have a couple from the NBA. I hope to have more up there. I have some college basketball I want to put in, so I expect to have a 3-pack up there once we get that line tweaked out, our line service corrected here, and get some of these lines from college basketball in there. I'm expecting a 3-pack. I also have a best bet in the NBA right now, so check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com, and you'll be able to see what we have up here tonight. A best bet up there from the NBA, but I should have a 3-pack a little bit later here, as well as I put together college basketball and NBA into a 3-pack. Of course, the long-term passing will serve you well. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that period of time you select. You go to my handicapper page and make that purchase. Don't forget the promo code is TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can access my page by clicking the link in the description. Click on the All Cappers tab and get signed up. All right, let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. Now it is time for the recap. Let's recap it here right now. Before we get to the recap, what do you guys think about this Fury and Paul? Jake Paul against Tommy Fury tomorrow. Cruiserweights 8-round bout. So don't know if you've been following Jake Paul. I know he's popular on social media. I'm not a big Paul fan. I'm not into the amateur fighters, but that's getting a lot of news right now. And I think we also document that play. So somebody can go on record from our handicap crew on that fight. All right, we got to the recap here. Again, Mindy here on the Wild, plus the 1.5 goals, minus 145 against the Maple Leafs. Ramon was on Canadiens Flyers under 6. I'll be on the Hornets, plus 6.5 against the T-Wolves. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of Game Day Picks. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat room for their contributions. Of course, our cappers as well. We'll be back here on Monday at 3 p.m. each time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Tony's Picks. We'll give the place for you here for Monday's action. Don't forget, our weekend shows. We got the morning steam here at 9 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday and Sunday. So tune in and, of course, set those notifications so when Ramon and Mindy are live, you're live with them to get the plays in real time and participate in the chat room as well. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from today. Go ahead, wait, goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon and evening. We'll catch up.